Braylon Hanson, and into front court to Dylan Stooksbury, who's entered the lineup. So Stooksbury out top, senior with the ball. Goes left side to Duggar. Van Acker on him. Duggar lost his dribble. Britton Lewis picks it up, and then reaching and fouling after giving the ball up, Duggar commits the personal. So Farragut trailing 9-8. I mentioned Dom in the district tournament he had. He had 20 against Hardin Valley, 29 against Bearden, and 29 more against West. Averaging 21 on the season. Van Acker pulls up left side jumper from 14. Good. Van Acker, his second basket, and the Admirals lead 10-9. Deuce Rogers in front court for Powell. Throws right side. Good catch over there by Stooksbury. Looked like that was headed towards Jack Tate in the front row. Powell moves the ball over to the left side to Noah Lakin, inside to Rogers. Quick kick into the corner. Right side three-pointer, no good. Appling with the rebound after that missed three by Stooksbury. Farragut in front court. It's Parker Lane up the left side. Gives off to Britton Lewis. He'll drive right baseline. Shut down. Finds Parker for the three-pointer. Right wing, no good. Rebound backside goes to Lakin of Powell. Lakin into front court for the Panthers. Picked up by Lanning. Gives off to Duggar. Now left side Hanson. Out top Rogers. Now he drops it down low. Good high-low pass. And laying it up and in as he shook the defenders. Nealon Duggar, his second basket on a fine feed from out top by Deuce Rogers. 11-10. Powell seesaws back in front. Appling now with the ball at the left elbow. And Rogers trying to take a flop, trying to take a charge, flopped, and instead got the blocking call. If he hadn't tried it twice on the same possession, might have gotten the call. But. So Rogers checks out having picked up the foul. His first, team fourth. Brody Appling out of the ball game as Farragut gets Reed Vining back in. 2:40 to go in our first quarter, and Powell leading 11-10 as Parker Lane inbounds to Reed Vining on the baseline. And Vining making a move along the baseline. Got free for a shot, but was too deep under the basket and couldn't get it to go down. Had a Powell player leap up and land on him. No foul call. And so the Panthers with the ball in front court and a 1-point lead. Nathan Russell, by the way, a senior, has entered the lineup for the Panthers. He has the ball out top. Reed Vining matched up on him. Gives off to Noah Lakin, who's guarded by Parker Lane, right side. Left side it comes to the freshman Hanson. Hanson guarded by Britton Lewis. Starts right, comes back left, now pivots in the paint, puts up a shot, and got it to go. Nice move by the freshman Hanson. And Powell leads 13-10. Dom Van Acker in front court as we go under 2 minutes to play, opening quarter. Dom works off Vining's screen. Couldn't get the pick and roll action, so gives off to Lanning. Lanning will penetrate, fires to Lewis, driving the baseline. Lewis's shot on the run is no good, and Powell rebounds it away. Leading by 3, Duggar brings it in front court for the Panthers, drives the lane with the left hand, scores. Duggar's got 6, and Powell leads by 5. 91 seconds to go in our first quarter. Parker Lane asks for a screen. Goes right, and was definitely fouled, and a late whistle, but a whistle just the same. Got the shot to go, and the foul goes against Lakin. It'll be his second. So a delayed reaction from the officials, but they did get the call, and Parker got the shot to go despite the body block he absorbed, and goes to the line and hits the free throw. So a three-point play completed by Parker. That was big. Farragut down 15-10. Now it's 15-13. Admirals with a full court press deflect an inbound back out of bounds, and so Powell will try again. Britton Lewis defending the inbound by Nealon Duggar. In it comes to Lakin, who remains in the game with those 2 fouls. Panthers in front court. Hanson, the freshman, working against Lanning along the baseline to Stooksbury. Gives it off in the paint and pivoting and putting the shot up. Nathan Russell scores. Russell scores in deep. And it's 17-13. Powell by 4. Farragut in front court. Under a minute to play. Lanning driving right side. Tough angle. And Dan off the glass. Got it to go. Dan Lanning with 5 points. And Farragut claws back to within 2. 45 seconds to go. Opening quarter. Into front court. Duggar. Off to Stooksbury left side. Now Russell out top. Russell with Vining giving him a big cushion. Bounces it into the post. Spinning in there is Duggar. Can't get the shot off, so he fires left side to Stooksbury. Mid-range jumper by Stooksbury is no good. Lanning the rebound ahead to Parker Lane at midcourt. Parker to the free throw line, fires to Lanning. Left side three for Dan. No good. Dom Van Acker has the ball knocked away. And I did not see that foul. Reed Vining, apparently somewhere away from the action, called for a foul, his first. He checks out. Kent Carbaugh into the ball game for the first time, number 4 for the Admirals, a senior. So it's Carbaugh, Van Acker, Britton Lewis, Dan Lanning, and Parker Lane. 11 seconds to go first quarter. Powell leading 17-15 as Gabloff dribbles left against Parker Lane, down the paint with the right hand, no good. Rebound by Russell, deep underneath. Farragut blocks his shot, and the horn sounds, ending the first quarter. 17-15. Powell leading after 1 here at Powell High School in this boys regional quarterfinal, an elimination game on this Saturday evening. Let's get a 1-minute break. We'll return with second quarter action on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops on West 105 around the world at WFIV.com and paired with the Boosters video stream linked through FarragutAdmiralsBasketball.com.
WFIV 105.3 FM, Bowden, Farragut, Lenore City.
You're listening to West 105.
Farragut High School game coverage is brought to you by Citizens Bank, a local community bank focused on the success of the areas they serve. Whether it's managing household finances, purchasing a home, or obtaining resources for your business, Citizens Bank has experts ready to provide a helping hand. Find out more about the Citizens Bank Local Advantage by visiting citizensbank24.com today. Bank your own way. Citizens Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dave from VG's Bakery Shopping Center. We love supporting Farragut Athletics and local radio. We also love baking the freshest, best-tasting goodies in town. Cookies, sweet rolls, breads, scones, cakes, pies, and so much more. So come in to VG's Bakery to see, smell, and taste what's baking at VG's Bakery. Go Admirals!
It'll be Farragut with the first possession of the second quarter, trailing Powell 17-15, and a holding foul out top as Stooksbury is whistled for the personal, his first, fouling Dom Van Acker. Admirals trailing 17-15 as we get the second quarter started in this elimination game, boys regional quarterfinal. The next round is elimination as well, but if you survive the semifinal, you're not only playing for the region championship, but also going to the sectional. Farragut, nice cut. Dom Van Acker, good look from Kent Carbaugh on the inbound. And Van Acker streaking to the basket, lays it up and in. So Farragut ties the game on the first possession of the second quarter. 17-17 our score as Russell into the lane and shot wouldn't go. Farragut tried to draw the blocking foul and failed to do so. Or excuse me, tried to draw the charge. Instead is called for blocking. Lanning picks up the personal, his first. And so Russell is going to shoot 2 for the Panthers. Russell, a left-hander, puts up the first of 2 tosses. Good. Powell back in the lead. Luke Finnegan into the ball game for Farragut, replaces Dan Lanning. So Farragut's got Bryce Howard, Dom Van Acker, Kent Carbaugh, Luke Finnegan, and Parker Lane. Powell just subbed as well. They got into the lineup. Dalvin Farmer, 6-foot freshman. Second toss is no good, and Farragut gets the deflected rebound. Luke Finnegan brings it in front court. 1-point lead for Powell. 18-17, 7:15 to go first half. Kent Carbaugh, top of the key, guarded by Gabloff. Left side, Van Acker could shoot the 3 over Stooksbury. Now Gabloff takes him on a switch. Dom can take him off the dribble. Pulls up 16 feet out, missed the shot. Rebounded away by Nathan Russell. Powell in front court, Gabloff picked up by Van Acker. Gives right side to Stooksbury. Popping out top, Noah Lakin playing with 2 fouls. Left side, Gabloff, now to Russell out top. Powell spread around the perimeter, running players along the baseline. Right side, Stooksbury with it. Early they were going to Deuce Rogers. He's been sitting for a while. Drive off the left side. That's a tough shot by Noah Lakin. His angle to get that off the window was fast disappearing, but he got it to go, his first basket, and Powell leads by 3. Farragut in front court, down 20-17. Dom Van Acker Drives left around Russell, pulls up left side of the paint. No good. Rebounded away by Russell. Powell in front court. Left side Stooksbury drops it down low to Russell, and Finnegan stole it away but was standing on the baseline. Farragut doubled down a little bit late as it looked like Russell was going to get a shot up perhaps quickly, uncontested. The Admirals collapsed on him, wrestled the ball away, but again Finnegan was clearly standing on the baseline. 6:12 to go first half. Rogers checks back in for Powell, as does Nealon Duggar. Gabloff inbounding from the baseline. Nobody coming open. Now into the corner to Lakin. He's guarded there by Parker Lane. Inside Rogers working around Appling. Reverses under the basket and scores with the right hand. Rogers, 9 points. And dominating inside in a manner that is reminiscent of Kevin Jack of West and what he did against Farragut in the 2 regular season meetings, and what Farragut had a good answer for in the district tournament. No answer here early, though, for Deuce Rogers. Parker Lane, left side with the ball for Farragut. Works back and forth off Appling's screen, gives to Luke Finnegan out top. Right side, Bryce Howard drives baseline, and from behind, his shot is going to be blocked by Rogers. Powell on the break, and Farragut commits a foul. And then Lakin just threw the ball at Luke Finnegan. Was an official looking at that or not? That should have been a technical. Lakin just chucked the ball at Luke Finnegan. So they did get it. And so that'll be foul number 3 on Lakin. Although they didn't give him, a technical would give Farragut the free throws and the ball. Should have been a technical. They called him for a push. What he did was chucked the basketball at Luke Finnegan underneath the bucket. I think Parker Lane may have been the guilty party on the Farragut foul in transition. So Powell has it underneath. They inbound right underneath on the right block and laying it up and in. Nealon Duggar, nicely designed inbound for Powell, and they suddenly lead by 7, 24-17. 7 straight for Powell. Farragut had tied the game at 17 early in the second quarter. Dan Lanning, crossover, driving right side, puts a shot up off the window and scores over the leaping Deuce Rogers. Lanning with 7. Nice move by the Farragut junior off the right wing. And the Admirals trail by 5. Powell goes inside. Here comes the cutter Gabloff through the lane, taking the feed from Duggar. And Gabloff is going to be grabbed and fouled by Farragut's Dan Lanning. It'll be his second. Lanning checks out. Bryce Howard back in for the Admirals. And so Gabloff from underneath his own basket gives in on the left wing to Hansen. Hansen, the freshman, drives the baseline, kicks to Rogers right side. Rogers to the baseline, fires back into the corner to Hansen. Farragut's there defensively with Britton Lewis. Lewis deflects the pass. It's going to be picked up by Dom Vanacker. Turnover number 3 for Powell. Farragut in front court. Parker Lane, crossover, left side to the basket. Foul. Who'd they give it to? 22. Gabloff, his first foul. So Parker Lane to shoot a couple. The last stats report that I had for Farragut was through 24 games. So that was some 8 games ago. But Parker was hitting just under 80% from the free throw line, and I would say that that number continues to be pretty accurate. 2 of 2 tonight, trying to go 3 for 3, short. So the Admirals 2 of 4 from the foul line. Dom Vanacker missed an and 1 opportunity. 24-20, Powell by 4 as Deuce Rogers down the right side of the lane against Brody Appling. Gives on the wing, right side to the freshman Hansen, who loops it back out near midcourt to Nealon Duggar. Dom Vanacker on him. Brody Appling, Dom Vanacker, Parker Lane, Britton Lewis, and Bryce Howard on the floor for Coach J.P. Burris. Coach Burris assisted by Corey Johnson, Adam Jenkins, and Randy Schwartzentruber. Powell, by the way, coached by Gary Barnes. Three-pointer out top is no good by Stooksbury. Dom Vanacker with the rebound for the Admirals. Brings it in front court. Dom into the paint. Off on the left side to Britton Lewis. Three-pointer for Britton's going to be short. Rebounded away by Braylon Hansen of Powell. Gives to Gabloff. Gabloff in front court. Back to Deuce Rogers. Left side Duggar. Now Gabloff at the top of the key. Swings it right to Stooksbury. Down low in the post to Rogers. Working on the right block. Goes up with a shot. Missed it. Tipped. No good. And Farragut collects it. And then Gabloff grabbed Britton Lewis underneath the basket and picks up his second foul. Fourth team foul. So with Powell's next foul, Farragut shooting free throws. 3:29 to go until the half. And we got a 30-second timeout being used by Coach Burris as the Admirals trail 24-20. Admirals led 10-9. After Powell, let's see. Powell jumped out to a 4-0 lead at Farragut up 10-9, but then Powell with a 6-0 run led 15-10. The Panthers were up 17-15 at the quarter break. Farragut scored on the first possession of the second quarter to tie the game at 17. Powell then with a 7-0 run to go up 24-17, and the Admirals have scored the last three. Basket by Dan Lanning and a free throw from Parker Lane. Lanning has 7, Van Acker has 6, Lane has 4, Lewis has 3 for Farragut. Deuce Rogers with 9 for Powell, Nealon Duggar with 8. Nathan Russell 3, Braylon Hansen and Noah Lakin 2 points apiece. Lakin currently on the bench with 3 fouls. Farragut in front court with a basketball. Parker Lane matched up on Deuce Rogers. Parker crossover. Got around him and to the rim. Rogers blocks it from behind. So Parker got a step on him, but Rogers from behind with the length and height advantage, able to swat the shot out over the baseline. So Parker inbounds now and gets it into Van Acker, who's guarded by Stooksbury. Van Acker trying to back him down with a fadeaway left side. Tough shot, got it to go, wanted the foul to boot, but didn't get it. But Dom's got 8. And Farragut trails by 2. 3 minutes to play, first half here at Powell High School. Duggar, guarded by Van Acker. Off to Nathan Russell, who's guarded by Bryce Howard. Back to Duggar right side. Into the post, it goes to Rogers. Rogers on the baseline. Did he step on the baseline? Farragut had 3 defenders there to cut him off. And they say Appling pushed him. So that'll be 3 fouls on Brody Appling. And 4 fouls on Farragut as a team. So both teams now, with 2:45 remaining in the half, shooting free throws the rest of the way. Howard and Appling check out of the ball game. Reed Vining, Luke Finnegan back in for Coach Burris. They lob into Duggar. Off the baseline. Powell with the ball as Duggar works off Rogers' screen, right side. Van Acker stays with him, fighting through the screen. Right side it goes to Hansen. Back out to Duggar. 3-pointer for Duggar. Good. Nealon Duggar knocks down a 3, and let's see, is that the first 3 of the ball game for Powell? I believe it is. Duggar hits it. He's now got 11 to lead all scores. 27-22, Powell by 5. Britton Lewis picks up his dribble, bounces it off to Dom Van Acker out high. Van Acker, big collision with Rogers, and Rogers going to be called for the foul. He didn't like it, but I'm not sure how it couldn't be called. So that'll be Rogers' second, team 5th, and Dom will go to the line to shoot 2. Dom had been shooting free throws exceptionally well down the home stretch of the regular season, and if memory serves, the first 2 rounds, or at least first round of the district tournament, struggled a bit of late at the free throw line. He's missed his only free throw tonight. Toss here, first of 2, is good. About a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Mr. Basketball nominee, Dom Van Acker, good on both tosses. He's got 10, and we got a whistle and a foul as Powell is inbounding the ball. We're going to go to the other end apparently, and Powell's going to shoot free throws as they give a foul to Luke Finnegan. So Finnegan commits the foul before the ball was, I think, even inbounded. Powell leading 27-24 with 2:14 to play in the first half. And Dalvin Farmer, number 5 on the Powell roster, a 6-foot freshman, will shoot 2. First toss is good. Powell now collectively 3 of 4 from the line. And Farmer trying to go 2 of 2 on this trip. Cannot. Rebounded away by Reed Vining. Hands to Van Acker. Van Acker working into front court against Stooksbury. Fires left baseline for Britton Lewis. And that's going to go through Britton's hands out of bounds. I think that's Farragut's first turnover. 28-24. Powell leading and with the ball. 2:05 to play. First half. Inbound comes to Farmer. Farragut trying to cut him off prior to half court. He gives back deeper to Stooksbury. Stooksbury into front court. Count had to be getting pretty deep on the backcourt violation. Right side Stooksbury with the ball, guarded by Finnegan, coming off a curl. Russell takes the ball, spins on the right block, and scores with the right hand. Russell's got 5. And Farragut looking to inbound against a press, gets it into Britton Lewis near midcourt. Lewis into front court. Farragut trailing by 6 with 90 seconds to play, first half. Britton, right side 3. Up and good. Britton with his second 3. And the Admirals trail 30-27. Duggar with the ball out top, guarded by Van Acker, goes behind his back, lost the dribble. Vining picks it up, gives to Van Acker. Van Acker driving on Russell in front court, all the way to the rim, no good. Tipped by Finnegan, comes up with it, needs some help, gives out to Parker Lane on the perimeter. Right corner, Van Acker. Van Acker into the paint, hesitates, now goes up with a short jumper, no good. And the Admirals can't capitalize on Powell's 4th turnover of this first half. So the score remains 30-27. Powell with a 3-point lead in the ball. Duggar off of Russell's screen out top. And he lost the dribble again. Farragut on the floor with Vining getting it ahead to Finnegan. Finnegan to Lewis. Lewis ahead for the layup, and he missed it. And then Farragut comes crashing in from behind and commits a foul. Admirals, 2 opportunities in transition to capitalize on Powell turnovers, and they cannot do it. And now we'll walk to the other end for Powell to shoot 2. Finnegan picking up his second foul. 30-27. Panthers leading by 3. Kent Carbaugh at the scorers table for the Admirals. It's Dalvin Farmer again. He shot 2 a moment ago, hitting the first, missing the second. This time he misses the first. Kent Carbaugh, Dan Lanning into the ballgame for Reed Vining and Luke Finnegan. So Lanning and Carbaugh join Britton Lewis, Dom Van Acker, and Parker Lane. Powell has Stooksbury, Hanson, Duggar, I think Russell, yes, and at the free throw line, Farmer. Second toss for Farmer, good. So he hits 1 of 2, and Powell leads by 4, 31-27 as we go under a half minute to play until intermission. Parker Lane in front court, guarded by Farmer. Off to Britton Lewis left side. Farmer takes him as they switch out top. Lanning now, guarded by Hanson. Out near midcourt, clock down to 15 seconds. Lanning driving left side off Carbaugh's screen, puts it back on the perimeter in the hands of Parker Lane. He'll penetrate off the left side, and the shot is blocked from behind, out of bounds, off of Powell. 6.3 seconds to go in our half, and Parker Lane inbounding from the baseline right. Out top it comes to Carbaugh. Carbaugh off to Lanning. Lanning, right side, looking for a shot. Got it underneath to Lewis. Lewis lays it up and in ahead of the buzzer. Nicely done. Powell completely lost Britton Lewis. They were so concerned with the perimeter shot. And just ahead of the buzzer, Lanning with a good find. Got it down low to Britton Lewis, who finishes the half with 8 points. And the Admirals will trail by 2 here at intermission. It's Powell leading at home in this boys regional quarterfinal, 31-29 over the visiting Admirals of Farragut. Back in 2 minutes to take a look at the first half numbers as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops on West 105, worldwide at WFIV.com, and paired with the Boosters video stream linked through FarragutAdmiralsBasketball.com.
At Hearthside Bank, we understand that finding the right mortgage is a big decision. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, we offer personalized solutions to fit your needs. Our experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way with competitive rates and flexible terms. You deserve a mortgage that works for you, and we're here to make that happen. Visit Hearthside Bank in Farragut today to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
David's Abbey Carpet and Floors just completed my latest project. They've been stoning up my living room fireplace. I, too, took advantage of their amazing financing. 0% down and no interest for 12 months. Remember, I've been telling you to let David's Abbey Carpet and Floors install your new carpet, hardwood, tile, or even stone inside while you work planting, weeding, mowing, gardening, or vacationing outside. Let my team, or rather their team of professionals, go to work for you. Pop in Pigeon Forge, Maryville, or Farragut and tell them Laura Paul says they will make your project easy peasy. After all, they did it for me, they can do it for you. No wonder David's Abbey Carpet and Floors has been in business for over 50 years.
Plumbing problem? Drain problem? Water heater problem? We tackle it all at Valley Plumbing, a locally owned plumbing service company that services western Knox County, Blount, Anderson, and Roane counties as well. From the time we answer your call, our customers are our priority. Let us earn your business. For fast, friendly, same-day service, call Valley Plumbing today or visit us online at valleyplumbingcn.com. 865-213-3360.
Eric Gerhardt back with you here at Powell High School, Dusty Street in our WFIV studios, and behind the camera, if you're watching the Boosters video stream, Tony Cox this evening. Appreciate you joining us, whether on the FM radio dial or online, as the Admirals in this regional boys quarterfinal, trailing Powell by 2 at halftime, 31-29. Powell jumped out to a 4-0 lead. The Admirals led briefly at 10-9. Powell then with a 6-0 run to go up 15-10, and the Panthers would lead by 2 at the end of 1, 17-15. Farragut tied the game early in the second quarter on their first possession, 17 apiece, before Powell went on a 7-0 run to go up 24-17. That was the biggest advantage that the Panthers enjoyed in the first half. They then led by 6 at 30-24, and Farragut trims it down to 2 at halftime as both teams put up 14 second quarter points. And so it's 31-29 advantage Panthers at halftime. Farragut with 1 turnover in the first half, Powell with 5, but one of the big keys, I would say, is Farragut's inability thus far really to capitalize on some of those Powell turnovers. So golden opportunities for Farragut to have the lead if they can just score in transition after getting Powell to turn the ball over out top, but were unable to do so. Looking at the individual scoring, first for the Panthers, Deuce Rogers has been a load inside. They fed him the ball early and often. He responded with 7 first quarter points and finishes out the half with 9. He sat a surprising amount of the second quarter. Wasn't in any foul difficulty at the time. When he returned to the game, he did pick up a second foul. But 9 first half points for Deuce Rogers. Dalvin Farmer goes 2 of 4 from the foul line. 2 first half points for the Powell freshman. Noah Lakin, 2 points. They left him in the game with 2 fouls, and Lakin then picked up a third, so he sat the rest of the half. But 2 points for Lakin. Braylon Hansen, good-looking freshman for the Panthers, an all-district tournament selection last week. 2 points for Hansen in the first half. Neelan Duggar leading all scorers with 11 points. He has Powell's lone 3-pointer thus far. And Nathan Russell, 1 of 2 from the line, 5 first half points for Powell's Nathan Russell. The Panthers shoot 4 of 7 from the foul line, 57%. And again, Duggar had the 1 3-pointer for Powell. For Farragut, Dan Lanning, 7 first half points, including a 3-pointer. Dom Van Acker, 2 of 3 from the line, 10 first half points for Dom, who's Farragut's leading scorer. Britton Lewis we saw Britton really resemble his old self. He was out probably 3 weeks with an ankle injury, January and into early February, and has kind of been working himself back into shape. And I thought he looked like his old self in the consolation victory over West to conclude the district tournament, scoring 10 points. And that has continued here in the regional quarterfinal, as Britton with 8 first-half points, including a pair of threes. And Parker Lane, 2 of 3 from the foul line, 4 first-half points for Parker. So Farragut shoots 4 of 6 from the foul line, 67%. And the 3 3-pointers, 2 from Britton Lewis and 1 from Dan Lanning. 31-29, Powell leading by 2 at halftime. Let's get a 2-minute break. We'll return with more on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School basketball on West 105.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. How about Ted Russell Nissan's lifetime warranty? Not $100,000, nope. Not $200,000, nope. But a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. And for the record, you can maintenance it anywhere you like. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston.
This is Derek Meisel with Meisel Wealth Partners. Are you still funding your 401k today? If so, you need to consider this. With our federal debt soaring past $35 trillion, and the interest rate related to that debt now representing 1/6 of our federal budget, your retirement savings might not be as secure as you think. Don't leave your future to chance. Discover a wiser, tax-free alternative today. Isn't it time you experience the Miser difference? Call Miser Wealth Partners today at 865-281-1616.
The Shrimp Dock, Knoxville's premier fresh seafood market, offers fresh seafood entrees at all 3 of its area locations. Po' boys, crab cake plates, fish tacos, shrimp, salmon, and more. Choose an entree. Choose a side and a beverage. Dine in or carry it out. You won't regret making the Shrimp Dock your choice for a seafood meal. 3 locations to serve you: Farragut, Bearden, and Alcoa. All locations open at 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday and at 11 a.m. on Sundays. Like us on Facebook for the Fish of the Week and other weekly specials. The Shrimp Dock, Knoxville's premier fresh seafood market.
Farragut High School game coverage is brought to you by Citizens Bank, a local community bank focused on the success of the areas they serve. Whether it's managing household finances, purchasing a home, or obtaining resources for your business, Citizens Bank has experts ready to provide a helping hand. Find out more about the Citizens Bank Local Advantage by visiting citizensbank24.com today. Bank your own way. Citizens Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
WFIV 105.3 FM, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
You're listening to West 105.
Back here at Powell High School, it's the Panthers leading the visiting Farragut Admirals in this boys regional quarterfinal, 31-29. Looks like over at Oak Ridge, the Wildcats lead West at halftime, 33-27. If Oak Ridge wins that game, then the semifinals on Tuesday night will be played at Oak Ridge. If West can upend the District 3 champion Wildcats, then it would be at some other site. Potentially Powell if they hold on and defeat Farragut. But if District 4 were to pull off a sweep of these first round quarterfinal games, then semifinals Tuesday night would be at Maryville. Set to get the third quarter underway. Powell will have the ball first. Maryville, by the way, leading Halls 42-25 at halftime. Bearden leading Campbell County 50-12 at halftime. Powell with the ball as Duggar works on the right block. Came up short, but the ball is saved underneath by Hansen. Gives out to Gobloff, who exchanges it back and forth with Deuce Rogers. So a missed shot, but Powell extends the possession as Hansen keeps it alive. Now Hansen on the right baseline with the ball working against Bryce Howard. Back out top to Deuce Rogers. Britton Lewis is on him. So Farragut starts Britton Lewis with Parker Lane, Dan Lanning, Dom Van Acker, and Bryce Howard. Driving left goes Duggar, pulls up, 15-foot jumper, good. Duggar from the left elbow now has 13 points as he hits the shot to open the third quarter. Again, an extended possession for the Panthers after an air ball was saved on the baseline by Hansen. Lanning picks up his dribble left side, gives to Van Acker. Van Acker into the paint, fires left corner. That's Bryce Howard's shot, in and out, rebounded away by Hansen of Powell. Cylinder kicked it out, and so Hansen now with the ball for Powell on the right wing. Out top to Gobloff. They work the ball around the perimeter into the left corner to Duggar. Duggar drives baseline, gives to Hansen, right side three, no good. Van Acker with the rebound for the Admirals. Farragut down 4. Van Acker in front court, pulls up, top of the key, three, bang! Dom with his first three-pointer and the Admirals' fourth. And Van Acker now with team-high 13 points. 33-32, Farragut closes to within 1. Duggar in front court, guarded by Van Acker, gives off to Hansen left side. Hansen works off Duggar's screen into the paint, jumper no good, and Van Acker claims the rebound. Good box out by Britton Lewis, allowing Van Acker to get that rebound. Dom in front court with Lewis setting the screen, and Dom to the basket. That had to be goaltending as the ball had already hit the backboard, but I guess maybe they blew the whistle on a foul out top on Rogers running through the screen. So that'll be his third. That could be big. Bryce Howard out of the ball game for Farragut as the Admirals get Kent Carbaugh into the lineup. Lanning looking to inbound from the baseline into Lewis. Lewis back to Lanning on the wing, out top to Van Acker. Gobloff on him. Left side, Lanning. Lanning works against Hansen, fires to Parker Lane on the right side. He's guarded over there by Lakin. Now Britton Lewis, top of the key, guarded by Deuce Rogers. Bounce pass left side to Kent Carbaugh. Carbaugh to Parker, right side. Parker into the paint, hesitates, now ducks under a defender, scoops it up with a right hand and scores. Everybody went flying by, and Parker leans in and gets the shot to go. He's got 6, and Farragut leads 34-33. Admirals with a steal. Kent Carbaugh ahead to Dom Van Acker for the dunk at the other end, and the Admirals lead by 3 as Powell commits its 6th turnover of the ball game, and the Admirals finally able to capitalize on one of them. Up 36-33. Into front court, Lakin. Guarded by Parker Lane. Right side to Gobloff. Guarded by Lanning. Looking inside to Rogers. Rogers goes up over Van Acker and scores. Farragut went for the steal, didn't get it, and then Rogers with an easy one inside. He's got 11. Dan Lanning for Farragut with the ball, driving right side, leaves it back with Parker. Long three from the right side, nothing but net for Parker. Parker from downtown, his first three-pointer. Back the other way goes Powell quickly, and Rogers is going to be fouled by Britton Lewis. So Powell getting down the floor quickly after the made 3 and drawing a foul on Farragut's Britton Lewis, his first. And as a result, Deuce Rogers for Powell will go to the line to shoot 2. Rogers, if I understood the call correctly, picked up his 3rd foul a moment ago, but they left him in the game, much as they left Lakin in the game in the first half with 2. He would eventually pick up a 3rd. But the Admirals, who had 2 threes from Britton Lewis and 1 from Daniel Lanning in the first half, have gotten a 3 from Dom Van Acker and Parker Lane here relatively early in the 3rd quarter. Toss for Deuce Rogers is good. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Had 7 in the first quarter. Limited minutes in the second quarter. A single basket. Bucket here in the 3rd, and now trying to knock down back-to-back free throws as well. And cannot. Free throws off the back of the rim, rebounded away by Carbaugh. Ahead to Britton Lewis. Lewis in front court for Farragut. Drifts to the left wing, gives back to Dan Lanning. Now to Parker Lane to set up the half-court offense. Farragut leading 39-36. Lanning, right side, finds Britton Lewis. Right corner 3 for Britton. Got the roll. Off the rim, but then settled through for Britton, his 3rd of the night. He's got 11, and the Admirals lead 42-36. Gobloff out to Lakin, out top, down low to Rogers. Got away from the defender, lays it up and in. Nice job by Rogers contorting his body, and so he got the shot to go with Admiral defenders flying by, and then before Farragut could inbound the ball, the officials say Coach Barnes got the 30-second timeout call. So timeout on the floor. Farragut leading 42-38 with 3:57 to go in our third quarter. If you've been watching the video stream all season long, primarily behind the camera, we've had Nick Blankenship this season. And his real job, A-List Video Solutions, which provides professional video services for a host of occasions, personal, business-related. A-List Video Solutions stands ready to assist with weddings, funerals, or any of life's other precious family gatherings. You can also document a conference or a presentation. Let A-List Video Solutions help with its start-to-finish services. For more information about A-List Video Solutions' wide range of services, call or text 865-679-2276. Again, that's A-List Video Solutions, 865-679-2276. Coming out of the Powell timeout, Farragut with the basketball. Dan Lanning spinning into the paint. Releases it back on the perimeter to Dom Vanacker on the right side. Guarded by Gobloff. He backs him down into the paint. Short jumper. Got it up and over the front lip and got it to go down. Dom, one-on-one move, now has 17 points. And the Admirals again lead by 6, 44-38. Right side, it's going to be Lakin launching a three and hitting it. Noah Lakin with his first three-pointer, the second for the Panthers. And it's 44-41 as Powell cuts Farragut's lead in half. 3:10 to go third quarter. Parker Lane off to Britton Lewis left side. He'll drive baseline and left it short. Carbaugh kept it alive with an offensive rebound. Gives to Parker. Left side three is good in front of the Farragut bench. Parker knocks down the three. Great play by Kent Carbaugh coming from the backside to keep that alive after Britton on a nice move couldn't finish at the rim. 47-41, the Admirals by 6. Powell moves the ball around the perimeter right to left. Driving left baseline's the freshman Hansen, and that's going to be a blocking foul, I think, on Farragut. The Admirals going to have a foul giving Powell an and one opportunity here. Lewis that's one of those that would be an automatic block at higher levels because he was right under the basket. And so Hansen got the driving shot to go as he moved along the left baseline and now looks to add the and one. And got it to go. Hansen completes the three-point play, 47-44, our score. Parker Lane, left side to Britton Lewis. Russell on him, out top to Parker. Parker pulls up, left elbow over Lakin, and it's offline. Rebounded away by the Panthers' Nathan Russell. He'll give to Nealon Duggar, and Duggar brings it into front court for Powell. Farragut leading 47-44 with 2:21 to play in the third quarter. Right side Lakin, catch and shoot, three good. So back-to-back threes for Lakin, and all of a sudden we're tied at 47. Farragut in front court. Carbaugh driving in the lane, got clobbered, fires to Parker Lane, right side three, good. So Parker answers the three by Lakin with one of his own, and Parker's got 15-11 in this quarter. Farragut leads 50-47. Inside, Powell goes to Russell. He puts it up, a wild shot with the left hand over Britton Lewis, no good. Vanacker the rebound, and then he's going to be fouled. Good defense by Britton Lewis, and the foul then committed by Nealon Duggar. It'll be his second. And the team second this quarter. 1:48 to go in the third quarter. Farragut leading 50-47. Duggar checks out of the game. So Britton Lewis into Parker Lane. Powell retreating defensively. Britton Lewis, high post with the ball, gives to Parker Lane. Wide open shot, left side, good. Parker's feeling it, and there was nobody in the same area code, and he knocks down the uncontested three, and the Admirals lead by 6, 53-47. Parker having himself a third quarter to remember. Down low, Russell spinning and missed the shot, but Farragut bailed him out. Kind of a blind shot as he spun back to the middle, and Vanacker committed the foul, coming over trying to help, but committed the foul. Shot that probably had no shot of going down. But Admirals trying to be tough with the interior defense, pick up the foul, and Russell will shoot two. 1:21 to go in the third quarter, and Russell rattles home the free throw good. He's got 6, 2 of 3 from the line tonight. Deuce Rogers, 14, Powell's leading scorer. Duggar has 13. Lakin's gotten hot here in the third quarter with a pair of threes. He has 8. Russell's got 6, gunning for 7, and he got it. Russell hits both free throws, and it's 53-49. Farragut by 4. Lanning's going to bring the ball up for the Admirals. He'll be guarded by Braylon Hansen. Kent Carball, top of the key, guarded by Gabloff. Lewis cut through the lane. Van Acker takes a pass, though, left wing. Three-pointer no good. Lewis trying to keep it alive, cannot. Carball deflected it as well, but Lakin comes up with the basketball for the Panthers. Ahead to Gabloff. Met at midcourt by Lanning. Now Lanning, fortunate he wasn't called for a foul. 55 seconds to play as Stooksbury takes the ball in the right corner. Gives off to Hansen. Hansen bounces it inside to Russell. Ball is going to be saved by Russell as he fires it into the corner to Lakin. He penetrates along the baseline out top to Hansen, and then Farragut with a foul as Van Acker shoved out top and picks up his second foul. So that's Farragut's 5th. Not a good foul. You're going to send them to the line. Is that their 4th or 5th? Just the 4th, okay. They'd already put it up on the board quickly. So they inbound side front court. Comes into Deuce Rogers in the corner. Now to Stooksbury at the elbow. Farragut doubles him. Lanning knocks the ball away. It's picked up by Carball. Carball dribbles around Rogers in rear court. Fires across to Dom. Dom, left wing, moving along the baseline. Gives to Parker in the corner. Head fakes the 3. Now goes up with it. No good. Backside rebound, Powell's Gabloff. He'll bring it up the left side for the Panthers. Drops it off with Duggar. Huge collision as Carball tried to take a charge. No call. And laying it up and in is Duggar off the feed by Gabloff, who absolutely plowed Kent Carball after releasing the pass. 53-51, 5 seconds to go. Parker Lane throws it away. He and Dom weren't on the same page. Dom was looking to cut baseline, and Parker had picked up his dribble, pivoted, and was looking to release it on the wing, and the Admirals turned it over. And so Powell, with 3.5 seconds to play, can tie or possibly take the lead here late in the third quarter with a three-pointer. And they're going to have to, I don't know if they have to or choose to, seeing the opportunity here. Powell uses a 30-second timeout. By my count, Powell has their full allotment of full timeouts remaining, and Farragut has only used a 30, so 1:30 remaining for Coach Purris and 3 full timeouts remaining. Farragut, let's see, 6 points, I think, the biggest lead for the Admirals, I think, on multiple occasions. Powell down 2 right now at 53-51. Farragut trailed by 2 at halftime, 31-29. Teams return to the floor. Rogers in front court for Powell, everybody else in rear court. Only 3.5 seconds remaining. The Panthers will be inbounding the ball side rear court. Gabloff to trigger it. It comes in to Duggar. Duggar to Stooksbury. Long 3 for Stooksbury. No good from out top. And the third quarter comes to a close with the Admirals up 53-51. Back in 1 minute with fourth quarter action in this boys regional quarterfinal as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops on West 105.
Hi, this is Dave from VG's Bakery in the Kohl's Shopping Center. We love supporting Farragut athletics and local radio. We also love baking the freshest, best-tasting goodies in town. Cookies, sweet rolls, breads, scones, cakes, pies, and so much more. So come in to VG's Bakery to see, smell, and taste what's baking at VG's Bakery. Go Admirals!
I get it. That cut rate deal on So-So Internet sounds good. But when you're suffering from buffering, dragging through lagging video, or dealing with death by dead spots, it's time to upgrade to TDS Fiber. TDS Fiber Internet is weatherproof, future-proof, and all the proof you need when it comes to speed and reliability. No slow, just go. Visit TDS.com/speed for no contract special offers on TDS Fiber Internet. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
WFIV 105.3 FM, Loudon, Farragut, Lenoir City.
You're listening to West 105.
I'm not seeing any updates on the other boys quarterfinal games. Again, at halftime, Bearden led Campbell County 50-12. Maryville was up on Halls 42-25. West was losing to Oak Ridge 33-27, the score at Oak Ridge. And, of course, Farragut now, as we enter the fourth quarter, leads it by 2, 53-51 over homestanding Powell. Parker Lane, left side, gives to Britton Lewis. Powell trying to turn up the defensive intensity as Parker drives around Deuce Rogers into the paint, then gives to Carball right side. He moves into the paint. Back to Parker for the three. Short. Rebounded away by Duggar of Powell. So Farragut can't score on the opening possession of the fourth quarter. And Powell with the basketball as Hanson driving right side, shut down by Carball, gives back on the perimeter to Lakin. Parker Lane trying to make sure Lakin doesn't have any room to hoist a three. He'll get him up quickly and hit a couple back-to-back in that third quarter. Left side, Deuce Rogers finds Hanson cutting in the lane, lost the ball. It's loose. Lanning rips it away, gives ahead to Parker Lane. 3-on-1 break. Britton Lewis right at Rogers, now to Van Acker on the right baseline. He spins in the paint. Missed the shot, but was fouled by Rogers. That'll be his fourth foul, I do believe. So Farragut turns Powell over. And while they had a 3-on-1 break, it was good defense by Rogers, backpedaling the lone defender. But ultimately, he does pick up the foul, which I think is his fourth. It'd be huge if Farragut could get him out of the game. Dom Van Acker at the line to shoot a pair. That was Powell's 7th turnover of the night, by the way. I've got Farragut with only 2. That's a decided advantage for the Admirals. And Van Acker scores the first point of the fourth quarter at the free throw line and now adds to it, hitting the second one as well. 19 points for Dom Van Acker. Third highest career score in Farragut basketball history. 55-51. The Admirals by 4. Gabloff takes a pass from Deuce Rogers. Dan Lanning on him. Gabloff moves to the top of the key. Now backs it out. Gives to Rogers right side. Carball on him. Duggar guarded by Van Acker out top. 6.5 to play. Gabloff left side. Lanning on him as he drives baseline. And they're going to say Lanning shoved Gabloff on the baseline drive, I believe. Yep. I think that's Lanning's third. First foul on Farragut this quarter. So Farragut's got 3 fouls on Brody Appling, who has not played here in the second half. 3 fouls now on Dan Lanning. Meanwhile, Powell's got 4 on Deuce Rogers, who tracks down the inbound pass out near midcourt. Pulls up on the right wing. Lakin, who had 3 before halftime, has not picked up any additional fouls. Duggar pulls up right side 17-footer. Good. That's a tough shot by Duggar, but a 2-pointer. He's got 17. 55-53. Farragut by 2. Parker Lane in front court, off to Dom Van Acker. Van Acker guarded by Lakin. Spins into the paint, puts the shot up over Lakin. Too strong. Rebounded away by Duggar. Duggar ahead to Gabloff. Gabloff up the right side in front court. Carball on him. Gabloff driving through the lane with the left hand. Left it short. Van Acker the rebound. Looks ahead, nothing doing. Now fires to Parker on the right wing. Down low to Britton Lewis. Lewis, quick jumper over Rogers. No good. And Dom then's going to be called for a foul. Didn't get his money's worth on that. Dom mistimed his jump. The ball hit the rim a second time when he thought it was coming off clean. And Van Acker picks up his third foul. 5:31 to go. Powell gets the ball back, trailing by 2. Lakin, guarded by Parker Lane. That looked like he carried the ball. Nicely done. Farragut was going to deny the passing lane, and so Lakin had second thoughts and palmed the basketball. 8 turnovers for the Panthers. 5:21 to go. Farragut trying to survive and advance to the regional semifinals. The loser will see their season come to an end. Parker Lane, as Van Acker is going to be fouled by Gabloff. That's his third, I think. So Van Acker and Gabloff got tangled up. Dom hit the deck, pops back up. Second foul on Powell. Both teams with 2 fouls here in the fourth quarter. Inbound comes to Britton Lewis from Lanning. He returns it to Dan. Dan Lanning guarded by Hanson. Dribbles left, gives off to Bryce Howard. Howard dribbles it out top, gives to Parker. Parker top of the key, into the paint, into the left corner now with a pass to Lanning. Lanning moves to the left elbow, fires over on the right wing, wide open Parker, good! Parker Lane knocks down another three, he's got 21, and the Admirals lead by 5, 58-53. Deuce Rogers inside, back to Duggar for a three, no good for Powell. Lanning, the rebound, outlet pass to Parker Lane, spots up for a three, left wing, splash! Back-to-back threes for Parker, and Coach Burris immediately used a timeout after Parker buried the three, pulled up in transition, and he's got 24 points, 20 in this second half as the Admirals now with, I believe, their biggest lead of the night at 61-53. Timeout on the floor as Coach Burris uses a full timeout with 4:32 remaining. Let's get a 30-second break ourselves. We'll return with more as you listen to Farragut High School basketball on West 105.
Farragut High School game coverage is brought to you by Citizens Bank, a local community bank focused on the success of the areas they serve. Whether it's managing household finances, purchasing a home, or obtaining resources for your business, Citizens Bank has experts ready to provide a helping hand. Find out more about the Citizens Bank Local Advantage by visiting citizensbank24.com today. Bank your own way. Citizens Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Admirals enjoying a 61-53 lead after back-to-back three-pointers for Parker Lane. And Parker has knocked down, 6 three-pointers in this second half. And the Admirals now lead 61-53 with 4:32 to play. Powell with the ball coming out of the timeout. Looks like 48-42, Oak Ridge leading West in the fourth quarter. 5.5 minutes to play at Oak Ridge. Spinning in the lane for Powell is Hanson, and a tough shot. 16-footer over Bryce Howard. Hanson's a good-looking freshman for sure. He's got 7 points, and it'll be Farragut by 6, 61-55. Halfway through our fourth quarter, Britton Lewis with the ball at the free throw line. Gives it right back to Dan Lanning from whence it came. Now right side, Parker Lane driving on Lakin through the lane, puts it up with the right hand and was fouled. And let's see who that's on. Would want it to be on Rogers because he's got 4, but I think they got Lakin. And so that'll be the 4th on Lakin. So Lakin and Rogers both have 4 fouls. Gabloff 3 for Powell. For Farragut, Lanning has 3. Appling has 3. Parker, probably Farragut's most reliable free throw shooter with the toss. Good. 25 for Parker, 21 in the second half. Bryce Howard checks out. Second toss is good. Parker hit them both. He's got 26 to lead the Admirals in scoring. And Farragut is up again by 8, 63-55. Lakin, left side, driving on Parker, and he hit the deck, and they'll say Lane committed a foul. That'll be the second on Parker and the third on Farragut as a team. The fouls even up on Powell and Farragut, 3 apiece here in the fourth quarter. 3:45 remaining as the inbound feed comes to Duggar, and he lost it out of bounds. They tried to bounce it in underneath on the right block, and it was just thrown a little bit low and ricocheted off the shin of Nealon Duggar right back out of bounds. So that'll be turnover number 9 of the night for Powell. Kent Carbaugh checks out. Bryce Howard back in after a brief breather. So Howard, Lane, Lanning, Van Acker, and Lewis for Coach Burris. As Bryce Howard brings it in front court, he's guarded by Lakin with those 4 fouls. Deuce Rogers also on the court for Powell with 4 fouls as he guards Lanning. Lanning got away from Rogers into the paint. Floater with the right hand. Good. And then they called a charge. Oh, my Lord. And they wipe off the basket. And Lanning picks up his 4th foul. That's a tough call. That'll be Farragut with a player control foul. It's 3rd turnover. And it's 4th foul of the quarter. So the Panthers are shooting free throws the rest of the way. Farragut leading by 8 with 3:20 to play. Left side, Gabloff with the ball for the Panthers. Now to Lakin, goes through his hands and out of bounds right over to Coach Barnes. Powell with an unforced turnover. It's a little bit like a receiver looking back for a pass in football and having it almost catch him in the face mask. Got on him so quickly. What happened to Lakin on that occasion. So 3:10 to play, and Farragut gets the ball back. That's 10 turnovers in the ball game for Powell. Farragut's got only 3 by my count. 4 this quarter for the Panthers. Left side, Britton Lewis with the ball. Powell really turned up the defensive intensity early in the fourth quarter. Right now they don't seem to have that same energy level. Howard, left side, Lewis, guarded by Duggar. 2:45 to play, and there's a steal at midcourt by Deuce Rogers, and he'll drive for the layup at the other end. Rogers, good job anticipating a pass, and he's quick for a big guy. Of course, the quarterback, multi-threat quarterback for the Powell Panthers, and anticipated the pass, got there in time to make the steal, and got the bucket at the other end, giving him 16 points. And Farragut sees Powell score off the Admirals' 4th turnover of the night as the Panthers trim Farragut's lead to 6 at 63-57. 2:40 remaining. 2:40 remaining in this one. We've got a timeout on the floor, full timeout. So let's get a 30-second break. We'll return with more as you listen to Farragut High School basketball on West 105.
Looking for a bank that understands you? Hearthside Bank is proud to serve the Farragut community and beyond with personal service, trusted advice, and banking solutions you can count on. We're always within reach, whether you prefer banking in person, online, or on the go. Let us help you achieve your financial dreams. Hearthside Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Farragut with the ball as Powell will be pressing coming out of the timeout. The Admirals leading 63-57 with 2:40 to play in this elimination game. Boys regional quarterfinal here at Powell High School. Admirals over the top of the press to Parker Lane. Parker driving into front court, has a shot blocked from behind by Hanson. Rogers picks it up and heads the other way for Powell. Fires into the corner to Lakin. Three-pointer for Lakin is going to be short. Put back by Duggar, no good. Third try by Duggar, no good. And then a whistle and a foul on Farragut. So the Admirals got a run out, but a good block from behind by Hanson. And now the foul is called on Britton Lewis. Will be his third, and so shooting 2 will be Neeland Duggar, his first free throws of the night. He's got 17 points to lead Powell in scoring, and the toss is good. Farragut still 2 fouls away from shooting free throws. 2:26 to go, and the Admirals leading by 5 as Duggar tries to make it a 4-point game, and does so. 19 now for the Powell senior. So Farragut inbounding, Dan Lanning into front court. Lanning all the way to the basket with the right hand, scores over Lakin. And so Dan now with 9 points, his first basket of the fourth quarter. Here's Duggar driving left side, trying to get a shot off against Dom Van Acker. Cannot, gives out to Gabloff. Gabloff loops it over on the left side to Hanson. Farragut handsy over there with Bryce Howard. Fortunate there was no foul called. Over to the right side to Duggar. Duggar works off Gabloff's screen. Dan Lanning takes him on a switch. Tough shot with the left hand, won't go, and got to be over the back. And could they tee him up as well? Rogers fouls out of the ball game, then slammed the ball to the ground, or to the hardwood. So Rogers is gone with 1:53 to play, having scored 16 points. That'll be foul number 4 on Powell. 54-47 is the score at Oak Ridge. The Wildcats leading the number 4 seed out of District 4, West. West has got the basketball with 3:13 to play, trailing by 7 there. Britton Lewis inbounding against the Oak Ridge press, gets it into Bryce Howard. Powell now retreating defensively as Lewis brings the ball in front court and leaves it off with Parker Lane. And Coach Burris is going to use a 30-second timeout. 65-59, Farragut leading. They'll have the ball in front court with 1:45 to play. Let's get a 30-second break. We'll return with more as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops on West 105.
This is Derek Miser with Miser Wealth Partners. Are you still funding your 401k today? If so, you need to consider this. With our federal debt soaring past $35 trillion and the interest rate related to that debt
got it
now
down to
representing
54.50 now
of our federal budget, your retirement savings might not be as secure as you think. Don't leave your future to chance. Discover a wiser tax-free alternative today. Isn't it time you experience the Miser difference? Call Miser Wealth Partners today at 865-281-1616.
Admirals with the ball coming out of the timeout, leading 65-59 with 1:45 to play here at Powell. Britton Lewis to inbound. Duggar on the ball defensively for the Panthers, and Britton's going to loop it into rear court. Parker Lane tracks it down. Noah Lakin there defensively for the Panthers as Farragut brings the ball back in front court with 1:40 to play. 1:40 remaining. Over at Oak Ridge, 2.5 minutes to play, and Oak Ridge leading 55-50 over West. Farragut goes down low. Lewis missed a shot from underneath. And Powell rebounds it away. Outlet pass ahead to Russell, and Russell in transition got it to go. Man, that was a beautiful pass ahead for Powell. Just barely over the fingertips of the Leaping Admirals on a delivery from Cameron Gabloff. And Russell then, with a contested shot, got it to go and trims Farragut's lead to 4 at 1:24 to play. So the Admirals up a moment ago, 65-57, I suppose. And now it's 65-61, a 4-point lead. Timeout on the floor, full timeout being taken. Again, over at Oak Ridge, there's 1:50 to play, and the Wildcats are leading the West Rebels 56-53. Looks like a timeout has been called there. So Oak Ridge leading West 56-53. The other two games, the other two boys regional semifinals, are really not, at least at halftime, were not contests. Farragut had Maryville had a 17-point lead over Halls, and Bearden was leading Campbell County by 38. 1:24 to play. The Admirals, what a second half from Parker Lane. 26 points all told, 22 of those in the second half. Dom Vanacker has 19. Britton Lewis is also in double figures with 11. Dan Lanning has 9. Powell being led by Nealon Duggar with 19. Deuce Rogers with 16, although he has fouled out of the ballgame. So Farragut inbounds. Powell trapping in rear court on Dom Vanacker. Gives it back to Britton Lewis, who had inbounded. Now to Parker Lane. They're chasing him with 2 defenders. Parker into front court, gives off to Dan Lanning as Farragut tries to use some clock. Lanning dribbles right, guarded by Hanson, goes behind his back, now spins, takes it into the lane, puts it up, missed the shot from in close. Farragut's missed a couple of close ones. Powell in front court, Duggar to Russell. Russell with a layup, scores. Powell's got it down to 2 as they get out on the break. So the Admirals miss a shot in close. Powell scores at the other end, and we got ourselves a exciting finish coming up here. 65-63 as Dom Vanacker takes the inbound feed and is fouled. And was it Lakin? If it was Lakin, that's his 5th. I think it is. They don't put it on the scoreboard, but I think it was Lakin. So Farragut is shooting free throws as a result of that being Powell's 5th foul of the quarter. It's like Oak Ridge scored to go up 58-53 with 1:50 to play over there. Vanacker comes up short on the free throw. Dom's got 19 tonight. He had hit 4 straight, 4 of 6 from the foul line tonight. Luke Finnegan checks into the ball game. Lanning and Howard are out. Carbaugh and Finnegan in, joining Parker Lane, Britton Lewis, and Dom Vanacker. Vanacker trying to make it a 3-point lead, does so. Dom's got 20, and the Admirals up 66-63 with 50 seconds to play. Into front court, Nealon Duggar. And Dom Vanacker is going to be called for the foul. Admirals don't agree with the call, and that's 4 on Dom, so Dom's got to be careful here because there's 2 free throws coming for Duggar. Lanning and Howard back at the scorer's table for Farragut. So Duggar with the first toss, good. That gets it back to a 2-point game. Duggar has hit all 3 of his free throws in this 4th quarter and now has 20 points on the night. Winner moves on to play Tuesday in the semifinals. The loser sees their season come to an end. And it's down to a 1-point game as Duggar hits them both. 66-65. Parker Lane working into front court. And are we going to have a whistle in rear court as Van Acker is held well behind the ball apparently by Duggar. It'll be his third. I thought there should have been a foul called on Farmer, pushing on Parker Lane as he brought the ball across the timeline. Instead, behind the play, Parker's at the free throw line, and the officials are saying that the foul again. I was seeing a foul in front court. The officials called the foul in rear court, so Dom Van Acker is the free throw shooter. Farragut, no doubt, hoping, either believing Parker was fouled or hoping they could sneak him in there. But it's Dom to shoot the two. Five of 7 from the foul line tonight is the senior. Toss, good. 21 for Dom. It's a 2-point lead for the Admirals with 43 seconds to play. Offense, defense, substitutions again as Lanning and Howard check out. Finnegan and Carball return to the game for defensive purposes for the Admirals as Dom Van Acker set to shoot his second free throw. Gunning for point number 22 on the night, and he's got it. Two big makes for Dom. 3-point lead for Farragut. Duggar guarded by Van Acker, who has 4 fouls. Drifts right, Carball takes him on a switch. Duggar driving right side with the right hand, scores off the window. Duggar, 23 points. He had 11 at halftime, so it's been evenly distributed throughout the night for the senior Duggar of Powell. 6 in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 4 more in the third, and here in the fourth quarter, he scored 8 to lead the Panthers, who claw back to within 1 at 68-67 with 30.7 seconds to play, and we've got a full timeout being used. 30.7 seconds to go. Farragut leading 68-67 in this elimination game. Back in 30 seconds with more as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops on West 105 worldwide at WFIV.com and paired with the Boosters video stream, link provided at FarragutAdmiralsBasketball.com.
WFIV 105.3 FM, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
You're listening to West 105.
Hi, this is Dave from VG's Bakery in the Coles Shopping Center. We love supporting Farragut Athletics and local radio. We also love baking the freshest, best-tasting goodies in town. Cookies, sweet rolls, breads, scones, cakes, pies, and so much more. So come in to VG's Bakery to see, smell, and taste what's baking at VG's Bakery. Go Admirals!
Farragut leading 68-67, inbounding the ball against a Powell press with 30 seconds to play. At Oak Ridge, there's 5 seconds to play, and the Wildcats lead West 60-57. Oak Ridge should have the ball. So here it's Britton Lewis inbounding with Duggar guarding the inbound. It comes into Parker Lane. Parker in rear court, spins away from Farmer, loops it across the timeline to Lanning, and they will foul Lanning with 24 seconds to play. Farragut wanted a foul on Parker Lane by Farmer in rear court. Didn't get the call. And so Parker, spinning away from a trap, looped the ball across the timeline to Lanning, at which point Russell then tied him up, hugged him, committing the foul, giving the foul. And so it'll be Lanning to shoot 2. Daniel, 9 points on the night. This is the junior's first free throw, and it is a big, big make. 69-67. Admirals by 2. Lanning gunning for point number 11, trying to make it a 3-point lead. Too strong. Rebound, though, to Britton Lewis, out to Parker Lane. And now Parker will be fouled. Big rebound off the back of the rim. It kicked out deep, and Britton Lewis came up with the rebound. And now 21 seconds to play. Parker Lane fouled by Dalvin Farmer, his first. And so Parker now to shoot 2 as the Admirals lead it 69-67. Make it a 3-point lead as Parker hits the free throw. 27 points for Parker. I think at McMinn's Central he had 31, if memory serves, which would have been a career high. 28 now for Parker as he hits the free throw and hit a pair. Again, Britton Lewis extended extended it for Farragut with a rebound off the missed free throw by Lanning, who hit the first, missed the second. Lewis extended it. Parker then was fouled by Farmer, hit them both, and the Admirals with a 4-point lead, 71-67 with 21 seconds to play. Looks like Oak Ridge has won 62-60 over West, although there seems to be a discussion at Oak Ridge as to whether the game is over or not, and looks like they put some time back on the clock there. The Admirals, at least with a 2-possession lead right now. They were leading by 8 earlier in the quarter, but the Panthers clawed back. And we've been playing a 1-possession game for what feels like a few minutes now. On the clock, it's probably not been any more than a minute and a half, but a lot of timeouts used as we come down the home stretch in this elimination game. Winner plays Tuesday night at 6 o'clock against Maryville. Powell with the basketball as Duggar works into front court for the Panthers. Dom's got 4 fouls. Don't foul him. Shot up left side, no good. Rebound by Russell, though. Gives to Gabloff in the corner. Powell looking for their shooter. They got it to Duggar. Duggar will shoot a 17-footer right side. No good. Farmer with a rebound. His shot blocked by Lewis. Farragut saves the ball in bounds, and that'll do it. The Admirals survive and advance with a 71-67 victory. Good defense by Farragut on that final possession, not fouling Duggar. And then Britton Lewis with a big shot block at the end says no sir, as the Admirals with a 4-point victory pick up their 20th win of the year, and they move on to play at 6 o'clock Tuesday night at Oak Ridge, as the Wildcats have indeed survived West tonight, 62-60 over in the Atomic City. So the region semifinals, like the girls semifinals, will indeed be played at Oak Ridge. We're back Monday night with girls semifinal action, 6 o'clock, as Farragut takes on host Oak Ridge. And the Farragut boys now on Tuesday night will go to Oak Ridge for the early game, the 6 o'clock tip-off. They will no doubt take on the Maryville Rebels in another elimination game. Admirals get it done here tonight, 71-67. Powell with a valiant comeback in the fourth quarter after they fell behind by 8, made it most interesting, most exciting. But the Panthers, the number 2 seed out of District 3, will see their season come to an end at 13-18. Congratulations to Coach Burris and his staff, and certainly all of the Admirals extending their season on to the regional semifinals. That's the first time in what is Coach Burris's 3rd year leading this Farragut program, the first time that Farragut has won a region contest. So congratulations to all involved. Let's step aside, get a 2-minute break for our sponsors, and we'll return on the other side to take a look at all the final numbers. You're listening to Farragut High School Basketball on West 105, worldwide at WFIV.com, and paired with a Boosters video stream linked through FarragutAdmiralsBasketball.com.
The Shrimp Dock, Knoxville's premier fresh seafood market, offers fresh seafood entrees at all 3 of its area locations. Po' boys, crab cake plates, fish tacos, shrimp, salmon, and more. Choose an entree. Choose a side and a beverage. Dine in or carry it out. You won't regret making the Shrimp Dock your choice for a seafood meal. 3 locations to serve you: Farragut, Bearden, and Alcoa. All locations open at 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday and at 11 a.m. on Sundays. Like us on Facebook for the Fish of the Week and other weekly specials. The Shrimp Dock, Knoxville's premier fresh seafood market.
Hey folks, Jordan's with Ted Russell Nissan. And remember, every new Nissan sold at Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty. And that's a long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Ted Russell Nissan. We got it going on.
I get it. That cut rate deal on So-So Internet sounds good. But when you're suffering from buffering, dragging through lagging video, or dealing with death by dead spots, it's time to upgrade to TDS Fiber. TDS Fiber Internet is weatherproof, future-proof, and all the proof you need when it comes to speed and reliability. No slow, just go. Visit TDS.com/speed for no contract special offers on TDS Fiber Internet. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Farragut High School game coverage is brought to you by Citizens Bank, a local community bank focused on the success of the areas they serve. Whether it's managing household finances, purchasing a home, or obtaining resources for your business, Citizens Bank has experts ready to provide a helping hand. Find out more about the Citizens Bank Local Advantage by visiting citizensbank24.com today. Bank your own way. Citizens Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Eric Gerhardt back with you here at Powell High School. Dusty Street in our WFIV studios. Behind the camera, Tony Cox this evening as the Admirals survive and advance back-to-back nights. Region quarterfinals. The girls last night won at home over Powell, 43-23. They advanced to play Monday night at 6 o'clock at Oak Ridge in the girls semifinal against Oak Ridge. And tonight, the same schools match up only at Powell in the boys quarterfinal. And the Admirals, with a hard-fought 71-67 victory, pick up their 20th win of the season and their first-ever region victory under Coach J.P. Burris, now in his third season, as the Admirals improve to 20-13 on the season. Again, Powell, great effort tonight, but they fall to 13-18 as they conclude their season. The number 2 seed, District 3 regular season, and then also the runner-up to Oak Ridge in the District 3 tournament. But Farragut, one of 3 District 4 teams to win tonight. Maryville defeating Halls, Bearden destroying Campbell County, and West gave Oak Ridge all they wanted, but the Wildcats prevail in the end on their home floor by 2. And as a result, Oak Ridge, like the Oak Ridge girls on Monday night, the Oak Ridge boys will have the opportunity to host the region semifinals Tuesday night. So we're at Oak Ridge Monday and Tuesday, both occasions, the early game, the 6 o'clock game. Lady Admirals against Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats on Monday, and the Farragut boys taking on Maryville Tuesday night in the early game. Farragut trailed at the end of the first quarter in this one, 17-15. The Panthers would lead by 7 at 24-17. They led by 6 at 30-24. Farragut got it down to a 2-point deficit at halftime, 31-29. Big basket underneath by Britton Lewis just ahead of the buzzer, ending the first half to pull the Admirals to within 2. Then in the third quarter, Farragut went up by as many as, 6, I guess, at one point there, 42-36. It was a 2-point lead for the Admirals. Heading to the fourth quarter, however, 53-51. So Farragut with a 24-20 third quarter advantage. And in the fourth quarter, the Admirals led by 8 at 63-55. Let's see, they led by 8 at 61-53, by 8 at 63-55, and 65-57. But then all of a sudden, it got very, very tight at the end. But the Admirals did a good job of hitting enough of their free throws, and even when they missed a free throw, Britton Lewis to the rescue with an offensive rebound, extended a possession, leading to 2 more free throws, which Parker Lane hit. And so the Admirals, all night long, did a good job taking care of the ball. Only 4 turnovers, as the Admirals win at 71-67, turning the ball over only 4 times. Powell had 10 turnovers. In the first half, didn't feel like Farragut was doing much when they got turnovers. In the second half, you felt like they did a better job where that's concerned, scoring off of Powell miscues. Looking at the individual scoring, first for Powell, Deuce Rogers, who was a load inside in particular early in this game, scored 7 first quarter points, finishes with 16. He fouled out with 1:53 remaining. Rogers was 2 for 3 from the foul line tonight. Dalvin Farmer, 2 of 4 from the line, as Farmer finished with 2 points. Noah Lakin with 8 points. 2 threes for Lakin, the Powell senior, and it was Braylon Hansen with 7 points tonight, 1 of 1 from the foul line. Cameron, let's see, Neelan Duggar. Neelan Duggar goes 4 of 4 from the line, 1 3-pointer. Duggar finishes with 23 points to lead the Panthers. Nathan Russell with 11 points tonight was 3 of 4 from the line. So Powell again led by Duggar with 23. They had Rogers in double figures with 16 and Russell with 11. Collectively, they shoot 12 of 16 from the foul line, 75%, and knock down 3 3-pointers. For the Admirals, Dan Lanning sitting here beside me. We'll be talking to him briefly. Was 1 of 2 from the line, 1 3-pointer for Dan, 10 big points tonight. Dom Van Acker, 6 of 9 from the line, 1 3-pointer. Let's see, I think I got that wrong. 7 of 9 from the line tonight for Dan, so that's probably going to change, or excuse me, for Dom. 8. Yeah, it's going to change the free throw percentage, so update that. But Dom, 7 of 9 from the line, 1 3-pointer, finished with 22 points. Britton Lewis, 3 3-pointers tonight, finished with 11. Parker Lane, what a second half for Parker. Had 4 at halftime, only 1 field goal, and then comes out and hits 6 3-pointers in the second half. So 6 3-pointers for Parker after halftime. He finishes 6 of 7 from the foul line, 28 points to lead all scorers tonight. And so the Admirals collectively were 14 of 18 from the foul line. That's 78%, and 11 3-pointers on the night. Again, 6 from Parker, 3 from Britton Lewis, 1 apiece from Van Acker and Lanning as the Admirals win it 71-67, punch their ticket to the region semifinals, where they will no doubt be facing the Maryville Rebels. I will check and see if by chance we've got a score update on that, but Dan gave me a thumbs up there that he'd already seen the final on that. I had a halftime score. It was decidedly in Maryville's favor, so I'm going on the assumption that they didn't blow a 17-point lead. And so District 4 almost got a clean sweep tonight. Oak Ridge won by 2 over West, 62-60. And so Farragut will be matched up with Maryville Tuesday night, and it looks like it'll be Oak Ridge and Bearden in the other semifinal, the 7:30 semifinal Tuesday night from Oak Ridge High School. So pleased to be joined by Dan Lanning. And Dan, I felt like in the first half you guys were getting some turnovers and some opportunities maybe to in a back and forth game to take a lead, maybe even extend a lead at times early, at least in the game. Weren't capitalizing on those opportunities, but yet there's a lot of basketball still to be played. And so perseverance pays off. I thought you guys kind of capitalized on more of those in the second half, and just did a great job tonight. I mean, tell me a little bit about the game plan and any adjustments that needed to be made as the game wore on.
Our game plan was to double the post, and we didn't do a great job of that in the first half. And they had about 20 combined in the first half.
Yeah.
And then at halftime we changed it up. We doubled on the dribble instead of doubled on the catch.
Okay.
And then we ran in transition better a lot the second half.
Yeah. So you've been shooting the ball really well here of late, and got him started with a 3-pointer tonight and finished with 10 points. You've got obviously Dom, is the man on this team, has been for a while when it comes to his versatility on the offensive end and all. How do you see your role? Parker stepping up tonight, scoring 28 points, really had a big second half. But, I mean, it makes it so much more difficult if it's more than 2 people that are consistently able to put the ball in the basket. And for me, it feels like you're one of those guys that can fill that role night in, night out.
Yeah. I know Dom's our guy. I trust in him.
Sure.
I mean, he's averaging like 29 points or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But and then Parker shoots the ball extremely well. So I see my role as like not really a third option, but an option to get them open.
Yeah.
And if they aren't getting open, then I can create myself.
Well, you hit some really tough angle shots
Yeah.
tonight. Really nice off the dribble, couple of really nice shots, contested shots that you hit, and then you've got the nice touch from outside as well. Versatile offensive player for this team. When Parker's going like he was in the second half, I mean, how anxious are you to try to find him an open spot on the floor so he can get one up?
Oh, you got to find him. I mean, he gets hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, usually if Parker sees one go down, he's going to see 3 or 4 go down in succession. And certainly that was a huge key in the second half for the Admirals. What about the return of Britton Lewis as he's kind of continued to work himself back into, I guess you might say, game shape after, I guess he's out about 3 weeks. So, I mean, it takes a while to kind of get your legs back under you and all. But it feels like to me, with what we saw from Britton against West in the consolation game and then tonight, he looks like Britton Lewis from early in the season.
Yeah, he's shooting the ball really well right now, and that's a testament to his hard work he's put in on the court and just doing form shooting even when he's hurt.
You guys got Maryville, you confirmed, coming up Tuesday night. It's another elimination game. So now you guys have survived 2 elimination situations. Had to survive Hardin Valley in the opening round of the district tournament. Check that box. You guys played exceptionally well against Bearden. Came up a little bit short there, but bounced right back. Got a big win in the consolation game over West. Played exceptional basketball in that one as well. And I felt like besides perhaps the slow start and Powell kind of having its way in the post early, that, by and large played well here tonight. Do you feel like there's I was a little concerned, frankly, because of the way the regular season ended at Kingston. Had a nice performance on senior night against Fulton, but not so much the following night at Kingston. But it's almost like you guys kind of flipped the switch a bit in the postseason. What's been the focus of this team?
Survive and advance. I mean, our legs were dead at Kingston. We really didn't have much to go off of. We're coming off a senior night. That's an exciting night for our guys.
Yeah.
And we just didn't have the legs to run with them because that game's a track meet.
Yeah, it is indeed. There's no doubt. That's a tough team, like you say, to play them on back-to-back nights.
And at their place where
yeah,
if you go in the backwoods country, you aren't going to get calls.
This is true. And so what about Maryville now? Because you guys have been close. You played Maryville back in late November, Thanksgiving tournament at Farragut, the championship game, and it went to overtime. Maryville won that one in overtime. And then you had a real shot at the Rebels. I guess it was the second meeting in particular, although the first meeting was pretty close, a 9-point decision. The second one was 6 points, and I think it was closer than that. That was probably Maryville hitting some free throws late. That was one you guys certainly had a chance to win. And so, we've talked with Coach Burris all season long about how close you guys were against the top-tier teams in the district, and then you got over the hump against West, in that consolation game. Does that translate to, maybe being able to repeat the feat and defeat Maryville for the first time this year?
Yeah, I mean, we've cleaned up a lot of the little things. We still have a lot to clean up and rise even above that hump and make that state championship run.
Hey, well, I mean, the beautiful thing is now, if you win Tuesday night, get that win, you're assured 2 more games, right? And anything can happen. When you got 2 more games, anything can happen. And so it'll be a huge game Tuesday night as Farragut faces Maryville at Oak Ridge in the early Region Boys semifinal, 6 o'clock tip-off time. Dan, appreciate it, buddy. You had a fantastic game, a fantastic district tournament.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. I thought you deserved to be all-tournament. Apparently Farragut didn't have enough slots for that. But Admirals is a third-place finisher. I guess they were designated 2. And so Dom and Parker were selected. But I tell you what, Dan Lanning was outstanding in the district tournament and was again here tonight. And so now stepping in, Coach Adam Jenkins. And Coach, what can you say about the way that young man, Dan Lanning, has played here in the postseason?
Man, he brings it every day. Dan, I think he would say this too, but sometimes he tries to do too much. But a lot of times, I'd rather him do that than not be, productive in some sort of way. Dan's a guy that when the lights turn on, he's going to be there. And he's coming to play. Yeah. So that's what we love about him. He's kind of had an up-and-down year as far as shooting the ball and scoring the ball. And but we trust him, and that's why he stays in the starting lineup. And, he brings it when the lights come on. So
had 14 against Hardin Valley in an elimination game, had 15 then against Bearden, and had 10 tonight. So in 3 of the 4 postseason games thus far, Lanning's been in double figures. And like I was just talking to him about, you feel like Dom and Parker are going to get theirs. But it sure is nice to have somebody else to lean on for some scoring here and there. And Lanning is providing that big time here in the postseason. And then the other guy that I just talked to Dan about, Britton Lewis, and his return, the fact that he's coming off a 10-point effort against West, scores 11 tonight. Those extra points, man, make all the difference.
Yep, got to have some, in the postseason, everybody's scouted everybody. So they know that Dom's doing what Dom does. They double him off every ball screen. Parker, they're limiting his 3-point shots. I mean, tonight he got loose a little bit, but they're trying to make you uncomfortable. And for Dan, Reed, Brody, Bryce, Luke, Britton, to chip in where maybe they haven't in the past, that's what's going to win these postseason games. Very nice to see. Parker
didn't have much in the way of looks in the first half, right? Second half, suddenly, like you said, he's finding looks. Some of that was transition-wise. I think, that helped. But, man, 6 3-pointers in the second half. How about Parker?
Give him the ball.
Exactly. Feed him the ball.
However he can get it to him if he's hot. Parker's played so much basketball, so, I mean, when he gets sped up and stuff, it should be okay with him. And I know it was really, really tough for him to finish at the rim tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the rim looked really big for him in the second half, and he took full advantage. And I think all of his teammates were like, shoot it, So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So Maryville up next, another elimination situation. What does it take against the Rebels? That's a tough matchup. I mean, there's a lot of tough matchups, right? West was a tough matchup. because of the speed out front, but also to the size down low. And Maryville, poses the same problems.
I think it all boils down to physicality. They obviously have the size. We do not. I think we have a little bit more heart than they do. And that's, I'll be honest, that's what we're going to harp on is how much do you want to make it a postseason run, last even further than this. And, if we'll go with the Maryville thing, if their size is killing us in the paint, you got to make them earn it at the line. And, you got to trust your teammates that if we get in foul trouble that everybody's going to have to chip in somehow. Maryville's got us 3 times, but we don't feel that we've played all that great the first 3 times, and it's been close games.
Yeah, very close twice at least.
There's not an ounce of, we can't beat them in our locker room. So it's really just it's going to be up to the coaching staff to put them in the right spots and, change up defenses a little bit to maybe throw them off their game. They're playing really well right now.
Yeah,
but
they are.
It's hard to beat 3 teams, let alone 4 times. So
yeah, it's true. Law of averages catches up to you at some point, and if you're not feeling like Farragut has played its best game yet, maybe they're due to play their best game, and certainly playing well here in the postseason. I mean, both teams are. Maryville winning the district tournament championship obviously is playing well, but Farragut's just a whisker away from being unbeaten in the postseason itself. So. Great win tonight, 71-67. Congratulations, Coach. Appreciate you coming up, bringing Daniel with you, and we look forward to Tuesday night over at Oak Ridge.
Hey, we appreciate you.
All right, Coach
Thanks,
Adam
sir.
Jenkins, appreciate him, and the Admirals tonight a winner as they get it 71-67. Pick up their 20th win of the year and their first region victory under Coach J.P. Burris, now in his 3rd year leading the Admirals, Farragut, and Maryville. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock at Oak Ridge. We'll be on the air about 5:45 in advance of that one, just as we will be Monday night for the girls' regional semifinal, Farragut and Oak Ridge in that one. Again, boys is Farragut and Maryville at Oak Ridge. Farragut Lady Admirals taking on Oak Ridge on their home floor Monday night at 6 o'clock. And that's our next broadcast with airtime at 5:45 from Wildcat Arena. Hope to see big crowds over there on Monday and Tuesday to support the Lady Admirals and Admirals. But if you can't make it over, join us here on West 105, around the world at WFIV.com. And I anticipate, too, that we'll have the video stream. Just go to FarragutAdmiralsBasketball.com for that. Thank you so much for listening. We wish you a very good night and a safe, enjoyable remainder of your weekend. On behalf of Dusty Street, Tony Cox, I'm Eric Gerhardt.